Hi, this is Chuck Wiger, and many visitors today at the Capitol were pleased. The American Council of Engineering Companies in Minnesota has their day at the Capitol, and I have a constituent, Katie Swor. I believe you're from North St. Paul,
I am, yes.
and you are here to share a number of concerns that the engineers have. So, hey, welcome to the Capitol.
Thank you so much, Senator Wiger. I'm happy to be here. It's my first time. It's a lovely building.
Well,
Very much appreciate that.
great. Tell us about the Council of Engineering.
We represent approximately 700. There's about 7,000 employees throughout the state in various engineering companies.
And you're an engineer.
I am, yes. I work for Wank. We've been in business for 31 years now. Had a big anniversary session last year.
Congratulations.
And we do
Is
a
that
lot
in
of-
Woodbury?
It's in Woodbury.
Okay.
The main campus is in Maple Plain, and we now have new offices in New Hope and in Golden Valley. So we're stretching out a little bit. We just opened a Duluth office, and then we have some outside of Minnesota as well.
Okay,
And
well, it's
so
a very prestigious firm, I know. So.
What's great is that Minnesota is obviously the leader for our company, and it allows us to serve clients. We've worked in 49 of the 50 states doing air permitting. We're still missing
Okay.
Vermont. We'll work on that.
Okay. And we're going to get on your recommendations, but
Yep.
as an environmental engineer, what was the training? It's very rigorous, and
Yes.
what was your path?
I am from Minnesota. I graduated from South St. Paul High School.
Good.
And then I went out to Dartmouth College in New Hampshire.
Dartmouth.
I did.
Okay, very
Yep.
good.
Did engineering sciences there. Did 5 years to get my Bachelor of Engineering in addition to a Bachelor of Arts. Went down to New Jersey to work for 3 years for an environmental consulting firm.
Okay.
Decided I belonged in Minnesota, so I came back here to get my master's at the University of Minnesota
Okay.
in civil and environmental engineering. Also, I got a minor in public health at the same time, and then
Okay.
found this job with Wank, and I've been here for working on 6 years.
Well, very impressive credentials.
Thank you.
So, what are you advocating here at the Capitol?
Today, what we'd like to talk to you about is just 4 main issues. One is infrastructure and transportation funding.
Yes.
We have traffic engineers, and also Wank Construction does a lot of work and getting the bonding bill passed.
Yes.
We have a lot of clients throughout Minnesota, greater Minnesota, the Twin Cities, who have these amazing projects that will serve public health, human health, the environment, public safety,
Yep.
and welfare. And so moving those forward, one of our clients is up in Polk County, for example,
Yes.
and they had success with the last bonding bill, and are putting together an amazing package. And so we just like to see more of those. The bonding bill can help pay for these projects that help our companies, because a lot of times we work on design through implementation,
Yes.
and so these are good projects that sustain these staff.
These are needed
jobs.
projects, and we have to make sure they're well thought out.
Absolutely. We don't want any, we don't need anything that's not necessary.
Right.
But there are a lot of things that I think can be done, and
Yes.
we can work for
Good.
improving.
Well, hopefully we'll have a bonding bill. It did not get signed last session. It didn't quite make it, and there is a great deal of unmet needs. So it's my strong hope that we will get there.
That's wonderful. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of momentum
Yes.
towards that, and working on all sides.
Good.
The water infrastructure bill,
Yes.
Wank has a huge water resources group, and we work with a lot of watershed districts. The buffer bill is important to protect
Yes.
clean water. We have great wetlands groups that work to delineate, find out where they are, if projects are going to impact them, what's the best way to
Significant
improve them.
issue, and I serve on the Legislative Water Commission as Representative Fisher and others. It's a bipartisan group, high priority in Minnesota in addressing our water resources and
Okay.
better, managing many of the complex issues we have. So you're right on, and what we realize too, for long-term sustainable solutions, we need to work closely with engineers because you have to invest prudently.
Right. Yep, that's well said. Absolutely. Another focus is on energy and natural resources.
Yes.
And we, as engineers, work to protect human health, welfare, public safety.
Yes.
And so these are high priorities. I work on a lot of environmental review projects where we look at all of the various environmental and social aspects of a project and just inform, not to say, up or down vote, but say, here's all of the facts and information that you need, here's the big picture, how can things move forward. We've run into a few projects where the permitting it takes a long time to
Yes.
get projects all the way through, and the
Okay.
permitting needs to start a good deal before whether it's an expansion or a new plant or something gets up and running.
Okay.
So there's a lot of planning that goes in ahead of time, and in order to meet the company's deadlines, in order to make sure that they have the proper workers and things set up, it helps to move the permitting forward.
Okay. Yeah, if the public's interest is protected and we can expedite, let's make meaningful changes in that process to get the job done.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful.
Good.
And then in general, just wanted to mention that our consulting firms, we feel, really do bring a good value to the state, working with a lot of different, we can sort of help bridge, get the information on the technical design side. We go to public meetings
Yes.
and present information to the public and try and make sure that they understand the process and what the
Yes.
project entails and things. So
Great. Well, you play a very valuable role. We appreciate the expertise that you have, the recommendations, and these are all under consideration now in the legislative process. So we thank you for sharing that. And
Yeah,
just
you're
on a
welcome.
personal note, you went from South St. Paul to North St. Paul.
I did move it up
and-
in the world.
And so, yes.
Don't tell Representative Hanson I said that.
Okay. And why North St. Paul?
My husband grew up on the east side of St. Paul in the Lake
Yes.
Phelan area.
Okay.
And when we got together, I was living in Minneapolis and he was living in Lino Lakes. He's working in downtown St. Paul. I was
Yeah.
working in Maple Plain at the time, but wanted to come back to the east side. And we both said we don't want to cross both 35s
Okay.
wherever we go. And so he really likes that Maplewood, North St. Paul area.
Okay.
And I live off of Swan, right by Silver Lake. And
Yes.
so we just drove up to the house, and even without even seeing the inside, we said, "This is beautiful. We'll take it."
Okay. Well, I'm so happy that it's working out. So
Yeah, we like living by the snowman.
yes, yes. Well, Katie Swor, thank you for visiting us today at the Capitol. You're first, and hope
appreciate
there'll
this.
be subsequent visits as well.
Absolutely.
And if anyone would like to get more information about the Council of Engineering, I believe you have is there a website or?
There is. There's
Phone
also we're on Twitter at ACECMN.
I'm going to say it one more
Hashtag
time.
engineering go figure.
ACECMN.org.
MN.org. Yes, and there's a lot of great information about what we're working on and who we are and how we're doing.
Very good. Thank you very much, Katie
Yeah,
Swor.
thank you very much for the meeting. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Lovely place you have here.